Good morning, Pastor Steve here. Galatians 5:13 through 15. For brethren, you have been called to liberty, only don't use your liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. But if you bite and devour one another, take heed that you are not consumed by each other. There are a lot of areas of the Bible that are left to the discretion of believers. One thing that God doesn't want is that the ones who do certain things, have liberty in certain areas, shove their liberty in the faces of other people. That is not love. On the other hand, Paul says in Romans, those who think they're strong need not to judge those who do these certain things. There he says that, for instance, eating meat offered to idols is no big deal, but some think it is a big deal and make a fuss about it. He tells the one eating, if you're both at a dinner party and the host says, hey, I bought this for a good deal down in the Agora, smile and pass it up for the sake of your brother. Love's the key here. Neither party should be out to rule the other person. It's not your job to always make a point to push an issue. There is a time for that. I'm going to a conference on evangelism in a few weeks. I always dress in leather and jeans and a tee. It's my church clothes. But I noticed on their flyer that there's a moderate dress code at this event. You know what love does? Oh, by the way, I struggle with this. You know what love does? It digs out the moderate casual dress clothes. Doesn't try to make a statement. I'm not going to be a hypocrite, but I'm going to their turf, and I will respect their mores. They invited me, even knowing how weird I am, and I will wear venue-appropriate clothing. Why? Use not liberty for an occasion of the flesh, but by love serve one another. Chuck Swindoll says, we find it encouraging to think of ourselves as God's servants. Who wouldn't want to be a servant of the king? But when it comes to serving other people, we begin to question the consequences. We feel noble when we serve God. We feel humble when serving people. Serving God receives a favorable response. Serving people, especially those who can't repay you, has no visible benefit from anyone except from God. Christ gave us an example, didn't he? The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, to give his life a ransom for many. In Matthew 20:28. To be a servant of God, we need to be a servant of people. Why? Use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. You ponder that, Pastor Steve.